So, good evening, everyone. Today is our week 4 of this graduate employability program, or graduate employability bootcamp. Uh, Today we are going to talk about a lot of things. We are going to cover a lot, and we are going to be relating the contents of today with more. It will be more of research and or proposal. Maybe when you are writing a research or you are writing a proposal, how you are going to customize it and make it looks perfect. So let's go directly to our outlines. We are going to have a recap on week 3. Then we are going to talk about page orientation. Then we are going to talk about page break. Then we are going to talk about section break. Then we are going to talk about advanced page number. And then we are going to talk about headers. Then we are going to talk about navigation pane. Then we are going to talk about table of contents. Then we are going to talk about reference, then questions and answers. So recap on the on week 3. In week 3, we talk about how to insert a footnote and how to insert an endnote. And as I said earlier, the footnote is always at the end of the page. Whenever you put any footnote, or you want to reference something or you want to cite something, you are just going to drop the number at the top end of the word. Then at the put end of the page, you are going to define what that particular number means. So if you write 1 in your write up, then you are going to drop the meaning of the 1 inside, sorry, at the footer of your page. Then we talk about endnote. We said the endnote is always at the last page or at the last section. Today we are going to talk about what section is all about. So last time I said in the last part of the document. So today, let me say it this way, maybe in the last section, because we have different sections. So today we are going to see what section is all about and how section looks like. So it always show at the end of each section. The next thing is how to set up a page. Maybe it should be letter or A4 size, or what do you call it, or A3 side, or other page setup we have. The next we talk about how to insert or how to print. Sorry, we talk about how to print a document, how you can print your document, and what have you. Then we talk about shortcut keys. So please, these shortcut keys, I want to believe that. Please, I want you to make sure that you all know all these shortcut keys. In short, I don't want you to memorize all the shortcut keys from Control A to Control Z. And once I ask Control so maybe Control X, you will definitely say it's for this. Control Y is for this. Control this is for that. I want prompt response. Please, let's see. Let me test you. Test you and see how fast you can answer this. Let me see in the comment section. What is Control W? Control W. Control W. Let me see how fast you can answer it. Close. Thank you, Ahmed. Control Q. Let me see. Open Windows. No, Abakar is not open Windows. It's not. Control Q. Control Q. Control Q. Oh, Control Q. Ah, Control Q. Yeah, Control Q. Remove. No. Quiet. Somehow. No, it's not like. There is big problem. I want you to be responded as early as possible. Up to now, nobody answered this Control Q. It's not quiet. It's not left indentation. Control Q, please. Oh, please, this thing should be like, once I said control this, I want you to have a prompt response. Up to now, nobody answered what control Q is all about. I don't want you to, yeah. So 1.15 line spacing. It's not 1.5. It's 1.15 line spacing. Um, it's not removing program paragraph. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So that's it. Please, I want you to make sure you cram them. You make sure you understand each and every one of them. Let's see again. Control K. Let's see. Control K. Control K. Control K. Hyperlink, insert hyperlink. Yeah. So thank you very much, Ahmad, for your response and all other ones that I tried responding. Both those that answered it correctly and those that not answered it correctly. But please, please go and check these shortcut keys again. Please make sure you master them. Master them because these shortcut keys from Control A to Control Z is just like what do you call it? Like an ABCD of Hamad Technologies. Anybody in Hamad Technologies, anybody in Hamad Technologies knows all this. So as far as we are concerned, anybody that is supposed to be uh, an intern or a product of Hamad Technologies is expected to master this thing to the extent that even if you wake up from sleep and I just wake you up and said Control W, you will just say close Control this and Control that. Please make sure you master them very well. So, as I said, our content for today, we have reviewed the what we have discussed last week. Let me see our content again. Yeah, we said the first one. We said we are going to talk about. Let me go back to the. Yeah, we said we are going to talk about the page orientation. So what I want you to know is that page orientation is entirely different from what do you call it? Pagination. Oh, sorry, it's entirely different from page setup. Page orientation is entirely different from page setup. Let's go ahead and start the what do you call it? Let me go ahead and start. Yeah, I'm not. I know you cannot see my screen. Let me just. So we are starting everything from the scratch. Please, okay, let me share my screen again. Sorry. Okay, so this is my screen. This is a new document. We are going to start everything from the scratch. So this is a new document. Let's say you are writing a report, or let's say you are writing a proposal, or IT report, or technical report, or research, or whatsoever. So now the first thing we are going to talk about, I said, is page orientation. Page orientation. So the page orientation, when we talk about page orientation, I think it's from your own side. I believe everyone can hear me perfectly. So when we talk about page orientation is we are talking about the page should be either portrait or landscape. It's either portrait or landscape. This type of orientation is what we call portrait. That is normal and it is default orientation. It is default. So now let's see landscape. For landscape, let's say you are creating let me just quickly create a table. Maybe let me quickly create a table like this, like this. So I want to name it schedule of activities, but you see the table, the width of the table is very long and I want it to be accommodated in one page. Please, I want it to be accommodated in one page. You see, it can't be accommodated in one page. So how are we going to make it, to fit the page? So this is where we are going to use the page orientation. So if you want to use page orientation, you come to layout, then you select this page orientation. We have landscape. So you see, this is the landscape page orientation. You see, this is the landscape that is the one at the what do you call it? At the landscape. I believe everybody knows what landscape is all about. So this is the landscape. We have two types of orientation. It should be either portrait or landscape. So this is the landscape type. Then if you select again, you select portrait. This is the portrait size. You see the portrait size is not displaying everything because the width of the table is very wide. It's wider than the A4 size. So that's how why you should make it to be portrait. Sorry, to be landscape. So that's what basically what the page orientation is all about. So the next thing we are going to talk about is um, page break. So please let's understand this page break. Um, let's say I want to go to the next page. From here, I want to go to the next page. Um, oh, let me remove the orientation so that it will look more uh user friendly. Later on, we can talk. We will bring this page orientation again. Let's say we are writing a research. Let me just create this. Yeah. Okay. So this is my first page. This is my first page. So let's say this is a research. This is the body of the research. So you know we have preliminary pages. So let's say I want to start writing my preliminary pages, or I want to start chapter one afresh. I want a new page. I want to go to the, sorry, new page, not new file. I want to go to the new page. So instead of me to be hitting enter, 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 enter like this, you see, so instead of me to be hitting enter, enter like this, all I should do is just come to this layout. Then you see we have page like this. We have page breaks. We have this page. Then you just click on it. Once you click on it, you've automatically created a new page for yourself so that you can write whatsoever you want to write. So this is how the how you can insert a, or you can how this is how you can break your page and open a new page inside that particular document without pressing enter, 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 without you keeping pressing that enter, enter. All you have to do is just come to layout, then go to breaks, then you click on page. It will automatically create a new page for you. Please understand, it's not a new file, it is a new page. So this is how you create a new page. So that's it for creating a new page. Then the next thing is how to insert a section break. Section break. So the section break and page break, they are almost, they are somehow related, but they are not the same. They are somehow related. Let's talk about the project again as an example. Let's say this is my chapter one. This is my chapter one, like this. Now, let me get rid of this. So you see, this is my chapter one. Maybe if I go down, let me see, um, let me go to page five and say this is my chapter two, maybe chapter two, like this. Yeah, so this is my chapter two. Then if I go down, so you see, even this one now, you see this one, had it been this, let me just do it this way. If I press enter like this, you see my, instead of my chapter 2 to go to the next page, you see it just maintain the page without going to the new page. So I want it to be like this. Even if there is one paragraph here that is empty, I don't want my chapter 2 to continue from that page. I want it to continue from new page. So all I will do is just press this next page, so it will go to, it will break the page. This is for the page break. Then for the section break, the entire project is a section on its own. Do you understand? The entire project is a section on its own, while the preliminary pages are section on their own, and then the references and the appendix are also sections on their own. So Let's say now I want to create a page. I want to create a section. Sorry, I want to create a section for for preliminary pages. So all I will do is just to come to this layout, then come to this break, then I will come to this section break. Once I press this section break, you see it break into a new section. This is the first section, while this is another section. So you see this one is preliminary pages. For instance, let me just start writing something. Yeah, so this is the new section. Let me say maybe acknowledge, oh you okay, certification like this. Then you see, instead of me to go to, if I want to go to the next page, this one is for the page. If I want to go to the next page, instead of me to keep pressing enter, 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 since you know certification, it should always be one page only. So yeah, so all I will do is just press this page break. Do you understand? Then I will write acknowledgement, for instance. You see, we are still in the same section but different pages. So now I will break the page again. We're in the same section but different pages. Then I will say maybe dedication like this. Then I will go to the next one and say maybe table of contents. Yeah, table of contents like this. Then I'll go to the next one and say abstract. Then I'll press this. Then I'll go to the yeah, I think we are done with this. So now we are done with this section. So you see, these sections are two sections differently. This one is a section on its own, while this one is a section on its own. So the beauty part of this issue of section and breaks, uh, you can customize a given section. You can customize a particular section without another section. For instance, now let me just say, let's just say I have this maybe I want these ones to be in in landscape. So I will just come to this page orientation and say landscape. So you see they are all in what? Landscape. You see they are all in landscape. But you see the next section, which is chapter 1, is not in landscape. So this is how you can make your page or your file to be this one. You want this one to be in landscape, the other one to be in what do you call it? The other one to be in portrait. You know it happens sometimes. Maybe you want this page to be landscape while the next page you want it to be uh, portrait. So you can apply the same thing. You come to the page that you want to be landscape, you make it to be a section on its own. That particular one page you can make it to be section on its own. Then you go to section break, then you break it up and down, then you make it to be landscape, while others should maintain the other type of stylings. So that is it for the what do you call it? For the section break. Let me change this one to portrait. I want it to be portrait. Let me change it to portrait. Then the next thing after section break is advanced page number, advanced pagination. So last time we talked about how to insert a page number into what do you call it, into your document. You have your document like this one, let's say it's a project, as we said. So now I want it to be different. Sorry, I want the pagination to be different. Normally on normal ground, the page number of these preliminary pages, certification, dedication, and the rest, are entirely different. They are entirely different from this chapter 1, chapter 2, all to up to the last chapter. These pages are in Roman numbers. These pages are in Roman numbers, while the chapters are in what do you call it? The chapters are in normal numbers 1, 2, 3, while the page numbers, sorry, the preliminaries are in I2, I3, like that. So now let's see how we are going to, how we will make it to be different pagination, different types of pagination in one document. So all I will do is just come to insert, then I will come to page numbers, then the same thing, I will do this, then I will select the page number like this. Then instead of me saying continue from the previous section, I will say start at 1. Then you see it like this. Now we have this. Okay, I didn't put the page number, I just customize it. So let me just put the page number. Yeah, so let me put this page number. So you see it's showing sorry, it's showing then you see this one is footer section 1. You see it's section 1. Okay, so you see this one is also footer section 1. You see we still have Roman numbers. So you see this is section 2. This is section 2. So we've made mistake. This one shouldn't be a previous page. It should be in the same page. That's why initially you see when we change the landscape, if you can recall, when we change the landscape, only this table of content and this abstract reflect the landscape because they are the only ones in the section 2. So now we don't want it to be, we want all of them to be in the same section. The table of content and everything, I want it to be in the same section. Let me change it. Yeah, let me change this. Let me remove this. Good. So now this one, instead of me writing section break here, I will put page break. Yeah, so now they are in the same page but different section. Let me continue my what do you call it? My pagination. Yeah, you will hear me well. Others are hearing me well. Maybe it's from your own end. So you see this one pick numbers. It already picked numbers, so I want to maintain the what do you call it, the stylings. Let me go back and see page number. um, Page number, let me format it to Roman numbers like this. Then we start at 1. We click on this start at 1. So you see we have I up to the last one. This abstract is page 5. Then the first one here, you see this one did not even, okay, it picked 6. You understand? It picked 6. So we want this one to pick 1 instead of 6. You know, we are not continuing from the previous section. We are starting afresh from this one. So now all we will do is to come to this place, then go to this, insert page number, format this. Then I will click on start at 1. Then I will select the type of pagination I want. I want it to be 1, 2, 3 like this. Then I will just click on OK. So you see it picked 1, 2 continuously. Please, do you understand this? Please, do you understand this? This thing is something very simple and it's very important. So if you understand this, then the next thing after page number, sorry, after advanced pagination, then we are going to talk about headers. We are going to talk about headers. So now let's start talking about headers and see how far we can go with the headers. So when we said headers or headings, when we said headers or headings, this is what we are referring to whenever we said headers or headings. So let me explain something here. If we said heading one, all your abstracts, recommend, dedication, acknowledgement, they are all heading one. Chapter one is also heading one. Chapter two is heading one. Up to chapter five. Chapter five is also heading one. Please, do you understand? Chapter 5 is also heading 1. Reference is also heading 1. I'm using project or research as an example because I believe all of us are graduate and they have already conducted their project. So I believe I'm speaking on the same language and I believe everyone is understanding in the context I'm talking about. Um so now the headers. This is my heading one. You see, I'm supposed to, okay, anyways. So you see, this is my heading one. Your own might be different from mine because I've already customized my own and I've already said this is the stylings I want my own to pick. Sometimes if you click on this heading, you will see it will be somehow blue or something like that, and the font style also is not awesome, it's not attractive. So we are going to talk about how you can customize it, but this is your heading one, the abstract. So now let me ask you, maybe if you understand, let me see if you understand. My abstract is my heading one. Then what about table of content? Table of content, is it heading one or heading two or heading three? Table of content. Please respond in the comment section so that I will see. Table of content. Yeah, Ali Suleiman heading two. Exactly. Heading two. So what of acknowledgement? Oh, sorry, dedication. No, it's not heading two, it's heading one. Dedication. Dedication, someone said heading two. Dedication is still heading one. The next one is acknowledgement. It's heading one also. Then the last one is certification. What of certification? Certification is also heading one. Okay, now let's go to chapters. These chapters, my chapter one, is it heading one or heading two? Chapter one, chapter one is heading one. Okay, someone said heading one, heading one. Yeah, that's very interesting. I want us to have an interactive class. So heading one also, good. So now let's do something here. Let's do something here. Thank you very much for your contribution. Um, chapter one is introduction. Um, okay, let me do it this way. Maybe let me just say background of the study. Background of the study is what my 1.1. So this is my background of the study. Is it heading one or heading two? Background of the study. Yeah, it's heading two. Thank you very much for saying over. Heading two. Yeah, I'm by this. It's heading two. Okay. Now, after the background of the study, then the next one is 1.2. Let me say problem statement. Please, is it heading one or heading two? Or heading three? Heading two. Are you sure it's heading two? Heading two. Hadiza Haruna. Are you sure it's heading two? Okay, so let me say, yeah, it's true. Okay, someone says heading three. You fall into my trap. It's heading two also. Problem statement is also heading two. Problem statement is also heading two. Sorry, I didn't start customizing the heading two. Yeah, it's still heading two. Someone is saying one of two. No, it's heading two. There is nothing like one of two. Yeah. So let me say M and objectives. Um, 1.3 M and objectives. Please, M and objectives. Is it heading one or heading two? I believe you all know this. Heading two. Okay. Yeah. I know how I will. Okay. So now, under M and objectives, we have, let's say we have M, let's say 1.3.1 is my M. Then 1.3.2 1.3.2 is my objectives. Let me say objectives of the study, maybe. So now my M, is it heading 1 or heading 2? My M, please, is it heading 1 or heading 2? Ibrahim Abdurrashid, I see your answer. Abu Idris, yeah. Yeah, it's heading three. It's heading three. So I believe you all understand this. So this is how you will keep doing it. Subheading is heading two, subheading continuously. So whenever you have a sub under that heading is heading three. Whenever you have a sub under that heading three is heading four continuously. But normally what we pick up when we are dealing with table of content is heading one, heading two, and heading three. Some are picking even up to heading four, but we are stopping at heading three. You can do as much as you want. So now the challenge that will pop up is that a lot of uh, in all the times or a lot of times, whenever you customize, those that knows about these headings, whenever you select a header, whenever you select a heading, let's say I selected heading three. So you see my heading three is some, it looks like blue, and it's not even the font style is not awesome, it's not attractive. That's for heading three. So that's is the same thing applicable to heading one and heading two. Initially they are not attractive, they are blue, and they even the font style is not encouraging. Let me just select heading four and see. You see, even this is how heading four looks like. So now this is normally this is the default customization of the headings. You understand? So now let's say I want to customize my heading so that it will look bold, it will look this type of stylings and what have you. So all you will do is just come to the heading, then you right click on it, then you click on modify. Once you click on modify, so you see this is what is going to pop up. Then you select this. You see you select black or you select any color you want depending on what you are working on. Please understand what I'm trying to say. All this, we are doing it in a research format. You can find yourself maybe developing a proposal to a ministry or to a any government parastatal. So you know how you can do it depending on the government policy. Maybe they want the color to be this, they want this to be that, they want this to be that. Not necessarily black or not necessarily this, not necessarily that. They may say they want you to underline this, they want you to do this, they want you to do that. So depending on what they said you should do, that's how you are going to customize your headings, or that's how you customize how you will customize all your write-up. So now I will select black. Maybe if I want to underline it, I can underline it, but ideally I know we don't underline headings in research. So you can select this, you can do whatever you want. This one is the what do you call it? The line spacing between your headings and the body of the headings. You can select as much as you want. Maybe you want to match them or you want to give them a bigger space. This one is for indentation also, and what have you. Maybe you want your headings to be at the center, or you want it to be at the middle, or you want it to be at the right, or whatsoever. Normally our heading 3 is at the right hand side. I think only heading 1 is at the center. So depending on what you want. Then the next thing is this stylings. I will say, let me just say Times New Roman. Yeah, Times, or I can say Times New Roman, depending on what I want. So you see, this is Times New Roman. So now I will select this, automatically update this document. Then I will select this new document based on this template. New document based on this template. So once I select this new document based on this template, once I click OK, all the documents, all the files that are in heading 3 will automatically reflect all what we have. It will reflect automatically. So let me just click on it. Okay, I didn't bold it. I'm supposed to bold it. Let me bold it. Okay, so let's continue. We were customizing the heading 3, right? Yeah, that's where we stop. Let me just continue customizing. So this is exactly where we stop. I said you select new document based on this template. New document based on this template. So if you select new document based on this template, anywhere you select heading 3 before, anywhere you selected heading 3 earlier, it will automatically reflect on that particular template. Sorry, let me make this one to be heading 3 also so that you will understand what I mean more clearly. Yeah, heading 3. So you see, this one is my heading 3, this one is my heading 3. Maybe I have other heading 3s again. So all I will do is just to come to this, let me modify it. We have already modified almost everything. So I'll just select new document based on this template. Then let me bold it like this. Or I should, so if I apply other stylings, maybe like, maybe I want it to be like this, maybe the space between the two lines, the line spacing, I want it to be like this. You have other formats like this. You can format the borders, tabs, and what have you. But this one is more of advanced thing. You can go ahead and keep doing it by yourself. But for the purpose of this, we are going to just restrict on this so that we'll carry everybody along. But there are a lot. There are a lot. Please always keep this in your mind that there are a lot. So now let me just click OK. So you see, as I clicked OK, you see this one was bolded, this one was bolded, and all the stylings are applied to the two headings. So by implication, if you selected the headers, you make all your tables to be the headers accordingly. If you want to change something or you want to customize something, you want to centralize a given header, all you have to do is what? All you have to do is just to customize only one. It will reflect to all the headings in your document. Even if there are 100 documents, it will reflect to them automatically. So that's it. And I think is not this one is not appropriate. I just use it as an example. The line spacing is too much. Let me reduce the line spacing. I think let me reduce the line spacing. Yeah, let me reduce it. So maybe this one is okay, I think. Yeah, yeah. Let me let me show you the progress of what we are doing. Let's say you want to do the line spacing. Um, you see the space before and space after. You see is 6 pitco. Right. So now if I click on this again, you see it turns to 12. This one turns to 12. This one turns to 12 also. If I do it again, you see they turns to 18 automatically. So if I click on this one, you see the turns to up, the turns to 6, then the turns to 0. That's continuously. Then I will just click on this so that new document should reflect the new templates. Then you just click OK. Then you see your document reflect the new template automatically. So that's it for customizing our headings. That's it for customizing our headers. So now we'll go ahead and keep customizing all our headers. Now I will make it I will make it as fast as possible. M and objectives, problem statements. Let me just say scope and limitation is 1.4, right? Scope, scope and limitation. Then maybe um, let me just say motivation 1.5 motivation is also sorry, motivation, is it heading 1 or heading 2 or heading 3? I believe you all know this one. Let me just continue. It's heading 2. This one is heading 2 also. Mind you, you don't have to highlight. All you have to is just to select the this thing. Yeah, heading 2. Yes. So I think we can just go ahead and so now you see this is our heading. This chapter 2 is heading 1. So let me see. Let's see. Once I click on heading 1, you see it just automatically aligned to center because that's how I styled it earlier. You understand? So maybe let me just say um 2.2 sorry, 2.1 literature review. So I will say heading 2 also. This one is heading 2. Then maybe let me just say this one 2.2 review of related works. Maybe let me just say 2.3 or 2.3 tools and technology, like this. So this one, let me say, is also heading 2. So you can put subheadings as I said earlier, but I'm not going to put subheadings so that we should save time. We have a lot to cover. So just to save time, then let's say I'm having my chapter 3 here. So you see, if I'm having my chapter 3 here, I will have to put this. I don't know if I should show you the shortcut for inserting page break. Sorry, let me do Control Z. Layouts. This is page break. This one next. You see, once you press next, then you can go ahead and do your chapter 3. Chapter 3 like this. Then I will put the heading 1 like this. Then let me quickly go to chapter 4. This is my chapter 4. The shortcut for going to the page break is just Control Enter. Once you press Control Enter, it automatically do the page breakings for you. Then you go ahead and say chapter 4 like this. I will say chapter 4. Then I will say this is my heading uh, heading 1 also. Then the last one, we don't have to reach up to chapter 5. It's just an example. So these are our these are our headings. This is how you customize your headings. This is how you assign headings to your pages. Then the next thing after headings is navigation pane. So this navigation pane is very important, especially when you are working with a bulky document. So now let's say you have already assigned headers to your document. Sorry, in your document, you have already assigned headings, heading 1, heading 2, up to the last heading. So now I want to be navigating. Let's say now I want to navigate to chapter 4 and I don't know the page of chapter 4. So that is the function of navigation pane. You can navigate to anywhere you want. It will give you a brief overview of all the headers somewhere here. So if you want to show the navigation pane, all you have to do is come to this view. Once you come to this view, just click on navigation pane. So you see these are your headings. These are your headings and your subheadings and what have you. You see this one is subheadings. This M on objectives. Then M is a subheading under it. This one is a subheading. You can collapse it and you can uncollapse it. You can open it. You see, this is my chapter 1. You see, I can close this one also. You see, this one is not having any subheadings, so I cannot open it or collapse it. So this is it. Maybe I want to go to chapter 4. Once I click on this one, you see it will automatically navigate me to chapter 4. You see, if I want to go to chapter 2, I will just click on it. It will navigate to chapter 2. If under chapter 2, maybe I want to see the literature review, I can go ahead and do this. So you can also see how you pointed, how you bullet, or yeah, how you bullet your, or how you numbered your subheadings, so that you should see maybe if you made any mistake, you can go ahead and make the corrections. Now, if I want to go to certification, all I will have to do is just to click here. So you see, all these ones are, this one, it will allow you to navigate inside your project or inside your research or inside your proposal as easy as is it. So that is the navigation pane. Then the next thing after navigation pane is table of content. So table of content, I know a lot of us suffered a lot while doing the table of content. You go to this page and take the number, write the name, this and that, this and that. I know you must have suffered a lot while doing our table of content. So the table of content is something very, very simple. You do it in less than a minute, or I will say you do it in less than a second if you set up all your headers properly. But mind you, you have to set up your headers properly before you can create a table of content. Okay, I will respond to the questions later. If there is any question, please, I will respond to any question later. Okay. So now let me go to the table of contents. This is my table of content. All I will do is just come to references. That's where my table of content is. Then I'll come to table of content. Then you see we have different stylings. Let me just choose the first one. You can choose anyone you want, but I will just select the first one. So you see automatically this is my table of content. I have my certification. This one, I can even change this one maybe to this. Yeah, I can change it. Maybe oh, I can remove this if I want. If I want, I can change the header, but let me just get rid of it. Sorry, let me get rid of it like this. So you see, I have my, what do you call it? I have my certification, acknowledgement, dedication, table of content, and what have you, with respect to any number you wrote. You understand? If I add more pages, it will reflect automatically. Let me just give you an example. You see, after table of content, the next thing is what? Abstract. And my abstract in page V, which is page 5. So now let me move my abstract to the next page. Let me move my abstract to the next page. Let me move it to the next page. Let's say I have maybe overview, or let me say list of figures. Figures somewhere here. Then let me go to the page break and break my page to the next one. Layout. Then next page. Sorry, I made it as a section, not page. I want it to be page, not section. Yeah, sorry, please. Let me just go to the next, like this. Then I'll go to the next page. So you see, this is my next page, and I will write my abstract somewhere here. So this is my abstract, and it should also, yeah, you see it's reflected here. Once it's reflected here, you don't have any problem with it. So now let me go back to the table of content. You see, this is my table of contents. So you see, this is abstract. Where is the table of list of figures? You see, we don't have list of figures, and the number of abstract did not change. So if you want to change it, all you have to do is just click on this, then you update the entire table. Yeah, on entire table. So you see, once I updated my entire table, you see I have abstract, I have list of figures. Okay, abstract reflect twice. So I can go ahead and remove the other abstract. Where is the other abstract? Okay, this is the other abstract I had. Let me get rid of it and get rid of the page entirely. So you see, now I'll have to update the table of content after I made the correction again so that it will be perfectly okay for me. Let me go ahead and make the, yeah, so you see I've updated the table. Now I have only one abstract and it is in page 6. So this is how you create your table of content. This is how you create your table of content depending on what you want. There are advanced also. There is advanced. Maybe you don't want this dot dot, you want it to be dash dash, or you want it to be star star. That is the leading point. So there are a lot, there are advanced of it. Whatever we teach you, whatever we show you, there are advanced of it. If you master this one, you can go ahead and make the advance. You may know it much more better than me. So you can go ahead and keep doing your research and what have you, so that you go and see, so that you should see the advanced part of it. Like this one now, maybe let me just say tools and technology. Once I press control, then I click on it, it will automatically navigate me to tools and technology automatically. So that's the beauty part of it. And again, so there are a lot in it. You can go ahead and further your research if you master this one. But please make sure you master this one before you go ahead and further your research for any other things. You can do a lot of things. You can do a lot of things. Let's just go to the last part. I know we might have a lot of questions, so let me just quickly go to the last one, which is referencing. You know, in every research we have referencing, we have reference, and I believe everyone of us know what reference is all about. So I didn't style this. Let me style it. This one, I didn't style this one also. Let me style it. I think that's all. Okay. So then if you update the table, so up to now I didn't save it. Anyways, so now the next thing we are going to talk about is referencing. So I believe we all know what referencing is all about. Referencing is you citing or you saying I've got this right, I got this paragraph from so 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 person, I got this from that, I got this from that, I got this from that. So now let's say I get this paragraph from um let's say this paragraph, I got it from someone. So that person that I got the paragraph from him, let's say his name is, let me just see any name I saw here. Let's say his name is Abdurraqib Ibrahim. For instance, let's say let's say the name is Abdurraqib. His name is Abdurraqib Ibrahim. So now I will come to references, then I will come to insert citation, then I will add new source. I will add new source. Then the author name is Abdul Rakib Ibrahim, like this. Then the title, let me say the title of the book is maybe, um, let me just have any title. Let me just say things fall apart, maybe in the year of 2012, for instance. It's just an example. Maybe the city is, let me say Kano, then publisher, let me say Kano Printing Press. You understand? Then I'll click OK. So you see, this is citation. You see, the citation is what? The citation was Abdurraqib Ibrahim. Sorry, the full name of the author was Abdurraqib Ibrahim, but it only picked his last name and the year. So normally that's how you cite your work. That's how you do citation. So whatever citation you have to maintain the same format. You write the author name, you write the publisher, if there is publisher. If there is no publisher, don't bother yourself. Some of the fields are not mandatory. There are some that you have to fill, like the author name, the year, and the name of the book, or yeah, the title of the book. Those ones are mandatory. So you can go ahead and do the citation. Maybe you have another citation here. Let's say I have another citation here. Insert citation, then I will add citation. But if it's the same Abdul Rakib and in the same book, all you have to do is, please, Maimunat, you are disturbing our peace. Please, you are disturbing our peace. I don't know what you are writing. Please, Maimuna to someone. Please, you are disturbing our peace. Yeah. So, if it is the same Abdurraqib, all you have to do is just to click on it here, it will reflect automatically. But if it is not the same Abdurraqib, if it is someone different, let's say it is, let me pick this Maimuna that is disturbing us and use her as an example. Yeah. Um, Maimuna to Muhammad. The title is maybe India 2016. in the city of maybe let's say Batagarawa in Katsina State. It's just an example, please. Publisher, maybe let's say she don't have publisher. So you see Muhammad. Once you put the name, it will pick the last name. So it picked Muhammad instead of Maimuna too. Let me pick any other name. Let me see my attendees. Let me pick any other name I see. So there, this one, Ehi, you didn't put your full name, I would have picked you. Okay, so there is this Juliet Ngozi. Let me pick this Juliet. Um, let's say Juliet. So I will just go to add new source. Then I will put her name first. Ngozi Juliet, like this. Then the title of the book is uh, Concept of Programming Language 2018. CT, let's say, let me say, uh, should I put Delta State? Let me just say Delta. Or I should put Asaba. Yeah, Asaba, since it's the city. Then publisher, let me say University of, oh, let me just say Nsukka. Nsukka publisher, for instance. So I'll just click on OK. So you see, it just gave me Juliet 2018. So whatever reference you have, this thing is mandatory. Whatever citation you have, please make sure you put this so that at the end of the day, if you generate your reference, all your reference will reflect automatically. So now, after having done this, you are done with all your references, you have done all the citations. Then at the end of the day, you are going to have a table, a page that you will call a reference. Let me go to the next page, then I'll put a references. Then this is my reference. Okay, let me see if you can all recall. My reference is which heading? My reference is which heading? Heading 1, exactly, is heading 1. So I will just press heading 1. Yeah, my reference is heading 1. Let me put it. Yeah, it's heading 1. So you can decide to style it. Some lecturers are saying you need to what do you call it? I would run out of time again. So anyways, this is your reference. Now all you have to do is just after all the citations, after you are done with all the citations, all you have to do is come to this bibliography, then you can select reference. You see the styling is already APA styling. So you see you have automatically created your reference, Ibrahim AR 2019. The name of the book is Things Fall Apart in Kano State, like this. You see all the references. It's reflect automatically and it's using APA format. So I don't even have to write this. It wrote it for me automatically. So this is how you should do your referencing. This is how you should do your referencing. So since once you do it this way, you put all the citations where needed. Once you click on this bibliography, it will automatically give you the references. So we have 8 minutes, 8 minutes to ask all the questions we need to ask. Assistant class rep said we should redo it. I think this the citation part. Okay, let me just scroll and see all the other questions we have. If there is any other question, network problem, please. I am lost in types of headings. I didn't understand. Someone said did not understand the types of heading. I believe you should understand it You can understand it maybe if you watch and rewatch again. But I will see if we don't have much question. I will explain the types of heading again. Since the record, we will meet in. Okay, please. Yes. Okay, you will see it again. You will see the recorded class. What is the importance of putting citation in your document? Please, are you a graduate? So I don't know if you are a graduate, maybe you are not the one that did your project. If you don't know the importance of putting the citation in your document, basically, when you are writing a research, when you are writing, research, mostly research is maybe let me say is quoting what someone has already said or what someone has wrote in his book. So if you quoted what someone wrote in his book, you have to acknowledge him and say, I've copied this document from so 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 person. Now, let's say I've copied a document from publication of let me say I've copied a document from publication of Ahmad Aminu Ahmad, maybe Koi HTML. The name of the book is Koi HTML. So now, if I've copied a paragraph in that particular book, all I will have to do is, after writing the paragraph, I will have to acknowledge him by writing his name, then the year he published the book. But apart from that, there are some back end things, or there are some background things you have to include in your citation, which include the publisher, the title of the book, and the other things. So the importance. Basically, that's the importance of putting the citation. Yeah, it's already recorded, Abdul. Like, if you are among our authors, it's already recorded. Yeah, thank you very much for the drink, Muaz Aliru. How to insert title page in the table of content. So someone is asking a question, and it is very important question. How to insert title page in the table of content? Can I put the table of content before setting up the headings? No, you cannot put, because even if you put, it will not generate the table of content to you. Let me answer this question. The question that says the title page. I think if you mean this, the title page is something that maybe it usually appears somewhere here. Yeah, it usually appears somewhere here. Maybe you say, uh, maybe you write the name of your topic. Maybe let me just quickly write the name of a topic. Let's say design and implementation, blah blah. I believe you all know this. You style it maybe by, I want to make it very fast. Maybe let's say by Ahmad Sani, maybe in there 2015, like this. So you see, this is the cover page. So are you talking about the title page or the cover page? I believe you must have made cover page. So first you centralize it. I know you can all do this stylings and what have you. So usually you don't have to put this in your cover page. Sorry, you don't have to put this in your table of content. And another thing is that you don't put numbers for the cover page. There is no number for the cover page whenever you are doing a research. So in such regard, it means this one will have to start from page one, not page two. So um, the first thing I will do, let me undo it. Let me undo everything. Aha. So now it means this is a new section apart from the first section. The cover page is a new section apart from the first section. Let's see. I will go to insert, then I will go to page break, then I will insert section break. Section break, not page break. So you see this one is at page 1. This one is also at page 1. So now I have done my stylings. I have done my maybe design and implementation of this maybe by Ahmad Sani, then the year and this. I believe you all know this. So let me just centralize it and continue. So you see, this is my cover page, and I don't want number to appear somewhere here. So here we are going to do a trick. We are going to do a trick. So all we will do is just copy this, then we'll do this. It's just a trick. Maybe there might be a proper way of doing it, but for now, all you have to do is just do it like this. Then please don't use these things for the other way around. Please don't use this knowledge for yeah, yeah. So I've just closed it. You can apply this technique in a lot of places, but please don't use them in bad ways. Okay. So you see I've closed the page number now. I have closed the page number. There is no page number in this one, but for the other ones, you see there is page number. I don't know if I've answered your question. So I believe I've answered your question. Please redo the reference. Can I put the table of content before? What about the somebody did table of content automatically, and when I change something small, it give me issue when printing. The secret of well done. How to insert title. Okay, this is the question we have just answered. Does that mean the cover page is not inserted in the table of content? We don't need cover page in the table of content. There is no anywhere you will see the cover page in the table of content. Can someone be like you? I don't understand this question. So I think, is there any other question? If there is no any other question, I will explain these headings again because someone said she did not understand this heading. Please, is there any other question? So I think if there is if there is no question, let me quickly explain these headings again. I said in these headings, like these chapters, we are saying chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, they are all headings. You understand? Certification, acknowledgement, dedication, and all what have you, they are all headings and they are heading 1 because they are the headers. Well, there are some subheading under heading 1, which is chapter 1. For instance, this background of the story is subheading under chapter 1. So you are going to move it to what? Heading 2. This one is also subheading under chapter 1. So you are going to make it to be what? Your heading 2 also. Is there as I was saying, the subheading under each heading, maybe under chapter 1, under chapter 2 is heading 2. The- This like yeah, like this one now is a subheading under chapter 1. You see it 1.3. So it's heading 2. You understand? So if there is any other subheading under it, it's heading 3. Like this one now is heading 3. You understand? Continuously. So even this one, if there is other subheading under it, is heading 4 continuously. So that's the concept of heading. Please, I don't know if I've done justice to this concept of heading. Okay, so please, I believe we have done justice to this subheading and the headings. So the next thing is referencing. A lot of people are talking about referencing. Let me give you a clear example. You see, in referencing, we have two things. We have what we call citation, and we have what we call reference. Citation is maybe acknowledging what someone has, what you've copied from someone's research or someone's book. Let's say I have copied this paragraph. You understand? I have copied this paragraph from the book of Hamad, CEO of Hamad Technologies and Consultancy Limited, Barrister Ahmad Aminu Ahmad. I've copied his paragraph in a book titled Koi HTML, for instance. I have copied the this paragraph from his book. So now I will have to acknowledge him. So how am I going to acknowledge him? By writing his name, maybe his last name, then the year he published the book. You understand? That is what you write normally. But if you want it to be more comprehensive, and you have in mind that you are going to do automatic referencing, if you want to do automatic referencing, then first you have to go to reference. You are not writing it directly. First, you have to go to reference. Then you click on this insert citation. Then you have you will see all the authors you have added. Then you create on add new source like this. Then you write the author name, Ahmad Aminu Ahmad ESQ. Like this. I hope the system will not write this ESQ. Let me just not write this ESQ so that the system will not write the ESQ at the author name. The title, please, Usman Hadi, you are disturbing us with your marker. The title, let's say the title is Koi HTML. It means learn HTML in Hausa, like this, for instance. Then the year he published the book is 2021, for instance, in Gusau City. Then the publisher is maybe Hamad Technologies Printing Press, like this. Then you click OK. So you see, after I've clicked OK, it pick only two details. The surname of the author, that is the last name, sorry, the last name of the author, then the year he published the book. That is the only thing it captures. So this is what we call citation. The reason why I didn't explain it in details because I am expecting you are all graduates, so you all know about this. So this is what we call citation. This is the citation. Now I'm citing his work. I'm acknowledging his work. So now if I want to do referencing, I'm doing referencing at the end of my research. You understand? I will go to this referencing, then I will select the reference. Let me delete this one. Let me delete this. Let me delete everything. Mhm. Sorry, I want to delete it. Okay, good. So I have deleted it. So now I want to do the referencing. You see, after having cited all the people, all the authors I want to cite, you understand, in every what do you call it? In every chapter, in chapter one, I cited everyone. In chapter two, I cited who I want to cite up to the last chapter. Then the next thing is referencing. So if I do the citation this way, I know it might be very difficult for you in the beginning, but if you want to simplify your referencing, because referencing is something very important in research, there are some panel that all they are after is your referencing. Does it tally with what is in your document? If it tallies, fine. If it doesn't tally, they can query you. They can even cancel your project with that referencing. With that referencing, so you have to take your time. So if you do all the citations, then the next thing is you come to this bibliography. You understand? Then you select these references. You understand? You select these references. So once you click on it, you see it automatically generated a reference for you. This reference is APA styling. So it's the most commonly used what do you call it? It's the most commonly used reference styling we use here in Nigeria or in Africa. I think, yeah, in Africa, it's the most commonly used stylings we use in Africa. This APA reference, and I don't know of other continents, but I think even in Europe is the most commonly used stylings. So you see, these stylings, it will automatically sort them. You see, Ahmad AA was the first in the list because the name starts with A. So it will sort them alphabetically. Then the title of the book will be italicized automatically. Then the publisher will be displayed somewhere here. That is how the referencing, that is how the APA reference looks like. You see this one, I think it was among the first ones, but you see it's displayed at the last because it is using letter S, and letter S is the last in the list if we follow alphabetical order. So this is how you do the referencing. I don't know if I've done justice to referencing also. Okay, please, can we have the recorded? Yeah, you will have the recorded class. This one is just, you just delete it, or you can just delete it, or you do backspacing. But usually, if it is if you want to, okay, let me do it practically so that you see. Um, how am I going to say it? Like this one now. Let's say I have too many pages here, like this. I think this is what class rep is asking. So I have too many pages here. So all you should do is just come to this place, then you keep pressing delete. You keep pressing delete. You see, I will keep pressing delete, delete, delete. You see? So I've deleted all the pages. You see, once you click on delete, 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 you will keep deleting all the empty pages. Let me see if I have any other question in the comment section. What about if you copied the complete references from his own reference? Are you going to split it by distributing the author? Yeah, you can't do it that way. You can't just copy reference from someone's, because that's how a lot of students used to do. They will just copy reference. I think when I was doing my undergraduate, I after I finished all this struggle of getting the reference, the article, and what have you, so after I was compiling it, I overheard someone said, "Please, do you have reference of agric?" He said yes. As he gave him the reference, I think it was 5 pages. He just put the reference in his what do you call it, in his research. He just copied the reference and pasted in his research. That is a very bad practice. It might lead to the to cancellation of your research. Maybe if it is a thesis or dissertation, it might lead to cancellation of that dissertation, or what do you call it, or thesis. Okay, the class rep is raising his hand. Class rep, okay, let me unmute you. Okay, I think you,
Okay,
okay, you can talk, please.
okay. So what I mean is that, for example, I'm using an article. So when I read the article, I have some space that I want to copy. So when I follow the citation, it will lead me toward the reference. So I copy the reference. Am I going to distribute this, publisher, the
Yes, yes, you have to,
in order to
yes, you have to do it manually. You have to do it manually.
distribute?
You
So
have to
I'm
do
asking
it.
if there is alternate way.
No, I don't know if there is any other alternate way, but as of what I knew is that you have to do it individually. You have to separate it.
Okay, that's my.
All right. So please, is there any question? So I think there is no question. So I think with the absence of any question, we can call it a day. Thank